para Nuremberg em 2019, depois de eu casar com a Nath. Eu morava antes na Irlanda. Eu decidi trabalhar no Lieferando assim que eu perdi o meu emprego aqui na Alemanha. Eu estava trabalhando numa fábrica, passados 6 meses que eu estava nessa fábrica, eu perdi o emprego. E como eu não falo muito bem o alemão, eu acabei tendo que procurar alguma coisa para fazer. A única oportunidade que eu encontrei foi fazer as entregas. Meu nome é Rodrigo, eu tenho 31 anos, eu sou de São Paulo e eu sou formado em publicidade e propaganda.
Bom, hoje é domingo. Eu tô vestido assim porque já tá começando o inverno aqui, tá um pouco frio, não tão frio, mas eu sempre coloco essa roupa porque também protege da poluição da cidade e tudo mais. Eu acabei de começar o meu shift e eu acabei também de receber uma ordem, então agora vocês vão me acompanhar a pegar essa ordem lá no KFC, lá no centro da cidade.
I chose to work as a writer because in Nuremberg, when I initially came, I did not know German. I still don't know too much of it, conversational skills to get a job. So Lieferando was the only job that did not require any kind of language skills, German language skills, and English was good enough.
I lost my job and I needed to find a new job quick, and that was the easiest way to get right away.
A primeira vez que eu trabalhei como entregador foi na Irlanda, e um dos motivos que me fez procurar as entregas foi realmente as condições ruins de trabalho que a gente tem trabalhando nos famosos subempregos, né? Trabalhei em pub, trabalhei em restaurante, rolava muito bullying, rolava muita discriminação por você ser estrangeiro, por você estar fazendo um trabalho que não é muito... não é um trabalho qualificado, né?
I was always working for companies, sitting at a desk, sitting in front of a computer, going in conferences, having all these business meetings. So I decided I want to do something for my body, and I just don't want to think too much and just want to do something else. This is why I decided I was going to work for Lieferando.
I came here to Nuremberg, Germany, because my wife is working with Siemens, and I came with her because she's here on delegation.
I came here because I was living in Berlin and I had my own company in Berlin, and I went bankrupt. I was doing lots of different jobs in Berlin. I studied economics. I'm a Master of Business Administration.
So my profession is a procurement into supply chain. I've worked with as a client with Siemens, but that's not my only profession. I also used to work with Microsoft as a technical support for cloud computing.
I'm Jonas, I'm 34 years old, and I'm from Nuremberg, Germany.
My name is Aditya. I come from India and I am 36 years old.
My name is Elmar Shahir Ewald. I'm half Egyptian. I'm 51 years old, so I'm almost finishing my first year. And as I'm very much engaged into work council issues, I think I'm going to work for this company a couple of more years.
Então, a gente tá quase chegando no restaurante, tá logo ali, então vamos lá.
What do I like working as a writer? That's easy. You don't have a boss. You're on your own time. You do what you want.
Nobody tells me exactly what to do. I'm just being directed by an electronic device, by the app, so I don't have like a boss sitting in front of me giving me harassment or whatever. Plus, I have the option to decide for myself when I'm going to work, so I can always plan when I want to work. I can decide this, I plan this for myself.
It's a job where you don't lose sleep over it. Like at my old job as an engineer, like I would lay in bed like, oh shit man, I got that meeting tomorrow and I have that shit to do and my boss is gonna be mad. And that's like you go home and the day's over. Like it's all good. Like I sleep like a baby. Like it's a good job because when your shift's done, the job's done and it's out of out of your mind, out of your head. That's what I like about it.
Einmal kalt, einmal warm. Zusammengebunden, né?
Eu acho que trabalhar com entregas me abriu essa possibilidade de conhecer a cidade assim muito bem. Eu até brinco com meus amigos que pelo menos eu já passei pelo menos uma vez em cada rua da cidade, assim, pelo menos uma vez em cada rua eu já acabei passando.
Keeps you a little bit healthy than just staying at home. It gives you an opportunity to go see outside. Health part was my most exciting thing.
Quando eu estava aqui esperando, acabou entrando mais uma ordem, então agora eu tô com duas. A primeira eu vou entregar aqui e a segunda eu vou entregar aqui. Eu tô aqui, então não é muito longe.
What I don't like working as a rider is the minimum wages.
Obviously the money, it's shit money.
We're doing a hard job and we're being only paid €9.50 per hour, so this is like the minimum wage which can be paid in Germany. I think we should get paid more. Also, the hardware we work is not really safe.
Apesar de Nuremberg ser uma cidade bem amigável com ciclistas, você está andando de bicicleta muitas horas, você corre esse risco.
We're in Germany here, right? So the weather is most of the time it's gonna be cold or rainy, and I don't like working in bad weather.
And especially when it rains, I hate doing it because we really don't stop, irrespective of how much it is raining. You still just continue with your job. I mean, when it's extremely cold, when it's rainy, your hands freeze, your feet freeze, and no matter which gloves you put on, it really doesn't help.
Yeah, I know.
I can remember one bad situation while working as a Lieferando driver. It was not particularly something to do with working for that company, but I was racially abused when I was working. I was picking up an order from a pizza center, and a couple of guys, they said, "Brown guy, get out from Germany, you're taking our jobs." But I think I handled it. But the good part about that is a lot of Germans who were there, they all supported me, and they did not like the way it went down, and they were ready to call the cops, but that did not happen because I didn't want them to, at that young age, get into trouble with the law. I just hope that they learn the lesson sometime.
Então, pessoal, acabei de chegar para fazer minha primeira entrega do dia. O que eu acho muito interessante que eu queria mostrar para vocês é que aqui na Alemanha, os prédios, o nome dos moradores fica no interfone aqui, né? Então agora é só eu tocar no meu cliente, ele vai abrir a porta e eu subo para terminar a entrega.
If I was forced to work when I didn't want to work, yes, that did happen. I wouldn't say only once or multiple times. Again, these things happen, or these kind of questions come up mostly because of the weather conditions, because if you're unwell, you can always stop and go to a doctor, and by German law, nobody can stop you from doing that. But apart from that, during extreme weathers, when you really cannot go ahead because it's raining so heavily and it's so windy, you cannot cycle, but company says no, you have to continue picking up food, delivering food.
Eu já estava na rua trabalhando fazia mais ou menos umas 2 horas, quando começou a nevar assim, muito. E junto com a neve vem aquela água, então fica tudo úmido, você fica molhado, você fica com frio, o meu tênis já estava encharcado. E nessa época eu trabalhava com a bicicleta da empresa, então eu tinha que ir até a garagem deles para entregar a bicicleta. Eu cheguei lá e eu falei pro cara assim, olha, não tem condições de eu continuar trabalhando, tá muito frio. Minha mão está congelando, não consigo mexer minha mão. Na volta, fazendo o percurso até a garagem, eu escorreguei com a bike também, porque fica muito liso, então estava tipo assim, muito perigoso trabalhar. E aí quando eu cheguei lá, eu fui falar com esse responsável pelo hub, né, pela garagem, ele não queria deixar eu terminar o meu shift. Ele falou assim que eu não era o primeiro que tinha ido lá para tentar desistir, e que ele entendia até o meu lado, mas que para a empresa isso não era interessante, que eles tinham que ter pessoas trabalhando na rua. E eu falei para ele assim, olha, eu não posso arriscar minha vida pelo salário que vocês me pagam e, tipo, porque tá realmente perigoso, eu não consigo me mexer, eu tô com frio, vou ficar com hipotermia aqui, sabe? Foi uma situação muito ruim.
If I took a shift for 4 hours and as I have a headache, I can't drive, that's not good enough. Like they're gonna threaten you with canceling, firing you, even though they're not gonna pay the 4 hours anyway.
So I don't feel comfortable writing today, so skip the shift. Then you will have no problem when it comes to escalating in a court. Because the thing you could fear is that they say, okay, Rodrigo or Elmar, you did not want to ride the bike, so we cancel your contract, but it's not possible. Because if we don't work in the right conditions, then you will have all rights. So you just have to know your rights and then there's no problem.
Bom, acabei de fazer a entrega. Tava super atrasada essa entrega, porque eu acho que eu enrolei um pouco por causa das gravações. Mas o cara foi bem legal, ó. Ele deixou 3 euros de tip.
Legal.
Bom, né?
Lieferando, the drivers who really work for Lieferando, I think they're mostly, most of them are students who are either studying in Erlangen or Nuremberg, and they want to earn to support their studies, and a lot of other people are in between jobs, are trying to make a living here, trying to search for a job till they get something better. There are a lot of Germans too who are working with Lieferando, but I would say the majority of them are immigrants. Yeah.
A proposta do trabalho aqui na Europa, de você ser entregador, não é uma proposta de você ter isso como o seu trabalho full-time, assim, ter como o seu principal trabalho. Mas eu acho que por esse motivo das pessoas serem imigrantes, não conseguirem outra coisa, isso acaba se tornando o trabalho full-time de muita gente.
Lots of my colleagues, they don't speak German, for example, so it's hard for them to find another job.
So even if you're not capable of speaking the native language, speaking German or English perfect, it's like if you have basic skills, then you will be able to do this job.
Não, você não precisa falar alemão, você não precisa falar inglês. Tem muita gente que eu conheço que não fala nem alemão e nem inglês e trabalha com as entregas.
We call it the 10 euro jobber, and the alternative on a 10 euro job would be work in construction, a cleaning job. This is the only options you would have for a 10 euro job. For instance, if you work for DHL or for the German Post, or if you deliver email, you get 15 euro per hour. So it's better for everyone to go into this job. That's what the Germans do.
So I would say the company doesn't really care, because they know that if one guy goes, there is another guy to fill in, because there are a lot of students who don't have jobs, a lot of immigrants who don't have jobs. Capitalism.
To apply as a writer at Lieferando is very easy. You just do it online. Then you have like an online training. So it's basically really simple. Those days jobs are really rare, and also the good option is that we have different kinds of contracts. So you can say I only want to work 10 hours, so you get like it's called mini job. You say I want to work 28 hours, so it's called meaty job. You can say I want to work part-time, like 35 hours, and you can also switch within the month. So it's a really simple system to get an easy job. You get in very easy, you get also out.
Agora, como eu peguei 2 ordens no primeiro restaurante, agora a gente está indo para a próxima ordem. Acabei de ver aqui, não é muito longe, ó. Tá de boa.
Being a writer makes it harder for me to find a job in the future that isn't a job as a writer. Oh, I definitely think so. Like there's not a single human resources guy that says, okay, that's cool. They're always gonna be like, what happened there? Like, why should we hire you? You were riding your bike for a year. Like that's definitely a bad thing.
So based on that, they assign. So sometimes you might get the shift that you wish for, and most of the times you don't get it because of that. So you don't get any other time for you to search the job. By the time you finish your work, then everything else is closed in Germany. So it's very difficult to do anything else.
Eu pergunto pra eles, eu falo, pô, mas você trabalha tanto no Lieferando, você não tem vontade de fazer alguma outra coisa da sua vida, de, sei lá, fazer um curso, tentar arrumar um emprego melhor, que você não precisa ficar no tempo, que você não precisa ficar se desgastando em cima da bicicleta. Um deles falou uma coisa assim que eu achei bem interessante. Ele falou assim, cara, eu trabalho tantas horas na bicicleta que quando eu chego em casa eu não tenho vontade de fazer nada.
Even with the electric bike and with 30 hours, you get really tired when you come back home. You don't have the strength to study or do anything, search for a different job. You just want to eat and sleep.
After you ride your bike for 8, 9, 10 hours, you're gonna go home and heat up a pizza and have a beer and lay back. It's hard to find the energy to write a good resume, and yeah, it definitely keeps me from getting another job. Yeah.
Eu tenho esse trabalho mini job, então eu faço apenas no máximo 10 horas por semana. No meu caso, o trabalho até que é um trabalho tranquilo, eu consigo fazer as duas coisas ao mesmo tempo. Então eu consigo trabalhar e consigo estudar.
Back then, because I thought, okay, I'll do it for a couple of weeks, a month maybe, but the Corona thing fucked me. Like I know I don't even have to write resumes now because nobody's hiring anyways, like in the industry.
So for that, the first wave was extremely difficult for everybody because nobody knew what was happening or how to handle it. The company did give 2 weeks of leave, but it was unpaid leave. So you could take it, but you wouldn't get paid for it. And I took it at that time because the cases were rising in Europe, in Germany, all over Europe, and nobody had any idea what's going to happen, unlike now.
So yeah, I was a little bit scared. I didn't necessarily want to go outside and bring food to people. Yeah, I admit it.
A conversa sobre o corona já estava muito adiantada e eles não tinham ainda falado praticamente nada pra gente. O que ia acontecer, quais as precauções que a gente deveria tomar.
When Corona first came out, they gave us a kit. Like I think that was middle of April.
I would say they took their own time in giving us the masks and the hand sanitizers.
Okay, so we have masks in this kit. It's 30 masks, which for every day of the month, which is not enough because this means I would have to wear 1 mask for the whole day, which I don't think it matches the sanitize options. We were given hand sanitizers. They were not able to give us sufficient information on how to pick up the food. They were not able to give customers the proper information. They were not able to give the restaurants the proper information. So I think without even giving us information of when to wear a mask, how to wear a mask, if we should wear gloves, not to wear gloves. So we were being left alone in general.
É muito estranho, às vezes você vai fazer entrega na casa de uma pessoa, a pessoa não quer abrir a porta para te receber com medo do corona. Às vezes a pessoa pede para você deixar a comida no corredor. Aconteceu já de eu receber gorjeta e a pessoa escrever assim, a gorjeta está descontaminada em um papelzinho, por favor, deixar a embalagem do lado da porta. Tipo, você fica um pouco assustado também porque você tá lá na rua, né? Você entra em restaurante, você entra no apartamento das pessoas, você não sabe se tem alguém ali doente.
This happened especially during the first phase of Corona in Germany, when nobody was working and Lieferando was the only one who were really working all over the town, and people really liked. A lot of people even said that thank you for delivering the food to us. I think they were really sympathetic and they were kind.
Second wave of Corona just started. I see just because I'm picking up my bicycle at the general station, I just see they shut down the coffee machine, they shut down the water machine, so they shut down the toilet. We're not even allowed to go to our own toilet.
The same stuff they did in March, although they had half a year to think about stuff and maybe improve, but they didn't really.
Well, what I think about the second wave of corona is people are not scared anymore. Well, initially it was like this much corona and this much scare, and now it's like this much corona and people are only scared this much, because I think people are just tired of being at home.
Acho que vocês conseguiram ver, essa foi a minha segunda entrega e infelizmente esse cliente não deixou nenhuma tip. Você sabe que eu trabalho como entregador, mas você nunca veio acompanhar uma entrega assim, você nunca fez isso na prática, né?
Não.
Eu acho que é a primeira vez que você veio fazer uma entrega comigo.
É.
O que você achou?
Olha, eu acho que se você não tiver uma bicicleta elétrica, fica difícil. Aqui em Nuremberg tem vários morros, então a gente fez a primeira entrega, aí a gente veio fazer aqui a segunda entrega e daí a gente teve que subir aqui o morro. E aí foi difícil pra mim, que eu tô com a bicicleta normal. Na primeira entrega que a gente foi fazer, o moço ele morava no quarto andar. Então a gente teve que subir 4 andares, porque aqui geralmente não tem elevador, né? Os prédios eles são muito baixos para terem elevador. Então a gente tem que subir. Então além de você ir lá com a bicicleta, você precisa subir todos esses andares, entregar a comida. Eu acredito que fazer a entrega durante o dia, assim, bonito, fica muito bom, mas fazer uma entrega quando tá chovendo ou quando tá muito frio, eu acho que deve ser muito complicado. Realmente, eu acho que a questão física, ela é difícil, assim. Você tem que ir lá, ok, vamos lá, vamos fazer um shift de, sei lá, 5 horas, que nem você vai fazer hoje, um shift de 5 horas. Então tem que ter força, sabe? Tem que ter força para conseguir aguentar o tranco.
We have one company now, it's Lieferando, and Lieferando is it's takeaway.com. Takeaway.com is a Dutch settled company. They've been buying off the whole market, so they've been buying all their competitors. So before that we had Deliveroo, we had Pizza.de, all kinds of various, and they were being bought by Lieferando, and for a high amount of money. We're talking about billions of euros, which are being paid for. In Germany, if you go in a working contract, you usually have it unlimited. Lieferando has it on a limited base, so this is a very big issue. This is the first big issue, and the second big issue is the amount of money we are paid. We're paid really under the regular conditions. Plus, we want to have all the social benefits which a usual German worker has.
Luta é diária, assim, a gente tem que lutar diariamente pelas coisas que a gente quer, né? Pelas coisas que a gente precisa. E eu acho que essa é uma parte da nossa luta. Então, para mim, viver na Europa sempre foi um sonho desde criança. E vir para cá, apesar de todos os pesares, eu já tive momentos muito bons, já tive momentos muito ruins, já tive empregos muito bons e já tive empregos muito ruins.
I might never be as good as a German, but I still know the language and I get a citizenship. Will I still be happy in Germany? I don't know at this point, because I don't think I'll have the same kind of social life that I used to have in my own country. And I don't know if that can even be possible here. You have everything else is good. You have the facilities are good in Germany, good clean air, good beautiful parks, beautiful places, good food, but that's just not all that you want. You need some kind of social life. So when it comes to that, I'm not sure how much. Would you be ever happy in Germany? I don't know.
E não é só momentos bonitos que a gente passa aqui, a gente passa por muitas dificuldades também, que muita gente não sabe. As pessoas não veem isso, né? Então, eu acho que isso é uma coisa importante para dizer.
But like it's not all bad working for Lieferando. Like you have that kind of camaraderie when you're driving your bike. Like you see that yellow jacket and you're always gonna be hi, what's up? Like in a normal job, you just see your colleague and you like sometimes I wanted to puke. Like I would hide from my colleagues, and here I'm always happy to see them at restaurant across the road. Like I'll stop at a light, have a chat. That's good. Being a driver, like the good stuff about being a driver.
Yeah, it's nice because sometimes.
This is a good thing.
Yeah, and sometimes like I met you like on the street, like
Yeah.
I just look at you and then it's you then.
Yeah, like that, exactly. Like there's never a point in time when you see another rider where you're not happy to see him. Plus, you see like lots of people on the street that you haven't seen in years because you're on the road all the time. Like especially for me, because I lived in Nuremberg. I lived in Nuremberg my whole life, and I see people that I haven't seen for years sometimes.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, it's a big boy.
O que eu quero pro futuro? No momento eu tenho alguns objetivos, né? O meu objetivo maior agora é eu melhorar o meu alemão e tentar ou uma faculdade, uma pós-graduação. E com isso tentar um trabalho melhor, porque eu já estou um pouco cansado de fazer entrega.
I had a big company, I had 25 people working. I lost €1 million. I was cheated from a big TV sales channel. My personal dream is taking my daughter, taking a couple of good friends, move to Greece, live in a nice house. We all help each other. We all live in a good community. We don't take care about Corona, and we have a good life.
Like right now, due to Corona, I can't go on holidays, but I have so many like guys working with me from different countries, and I meet so many guys that I feel like I'm holidays. Like I never met a guy from Brazil before, or even from Scotland. I never met them, and I get to be friends with them, and that's a really cool way for me during Corona to have not only the same faces. What do I want from my future? I definitely want to keep riding my bike, but not necessarily as a job. Like I want to ride my bike because it's nice out.
Well, I dream of living a happy life. Maybe not with too much money or with too much money. It doesn't matter. As long as we are happy, me and my wife, we have a nice small house with our dogs, and our parents are happy. I think that I wouldn't ask for anything more. That would be a best life for me. Nothing else.